Hello, budding biologists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of creatures without backbones. Today, we are diving deep into the Five Kingdom Classification chapter, specifically exploring the fascinating phylum of non-chordates, Arthropoda. We'll start with the basics, then gradually uncover more complex details, moving from easy to the hardest levels. Get ready to explore the most diverse group on our planet. Let's begin our adventure with the basics of arthropods. What makes these creatures so special and so widespread? Arthropods are everywhere. From the smallest ant to the biggest crab, they belong to the largest animal phylum. The name, Arthropoda, literally means jointed legs, which is a key characteristic. Imagine an animal with a body divided into parts, almost like small segments, and legs that bend at joints. That's an arthropod. They also have a tough outer shell, like a suit of armor, protecting them from the outside world. So, what are their main features? First, the exoskeleton, a hard, protective outer covering made of a material called chitin. Think of it as their external skeleton. Second, those jointed appendages, their legs, antennae, and mouthparts are all segmented, allowing for amazing flexibility and movement. And finally, their body is typically divided into a head, thorax, and abdomen, each with specific functions. Common examples you see every day include butterflies, spiders, and even crabs. Time for some quick questions to check your understanding. Try to answer these. What does the term arthropoda mean? Can you name two key features of arthropods? And finally, give two examples of arthropods you might encounter. Take a moment to think about your answers. Ready to dive a bit deeper? Let's explore the intriguing details of arthropod anatomy and life processes. Arthropods are more than just jointed legs, they are an incredible success story in the animal kingdom, making up over 80% of all known animal species. This phylum is defined by their unique features, a strong exoskeleton, bodies divided into segments, and those versatile jointed appendages. Their ability to adapt to almost any environment, from the highest mountains to the deepest oceans, is truly remarkable, showcasing an immense diversity in their forms and functions. Most arthropods have a body clearly divided into a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. However, in some, like spiders and crabs, the head and thorax are fused, forming a cephalothorax. Each body segment can carry specialized appendages, think antennae for sensing, mouthparts for eating, or legs for walking. The tough exoskeleton, made of chitin, protects them and gives their muscles something to pull against. But since it doesn't grow, they must shed it periodically in a process called molting to get bigger. How do these creatures breathe and circulate blood? It depends on where they live. Aquatic arthropods like crabs use gills, while terrestrial insects breathe through a network of tubes called trachea. Spiders have unique structures called book lungs. Their circulatory system is open, meaning their blood, called hemolymph, flows freely within their body cavity, directly bathing their organs, rather than being contained within blood vessels like ours. This allows for efficient nutrient and waste exchange. Now, let's test your knowledge at the medium level. Explain what cephalothorax means with an example. What's the main job of the exoskeleton? Describe molting. Can you name two types of arthropod respiratory organs and give an example for each? Finally, how does an open circulatory system, like that of arthropods, differ from a closed one? Pause and consider your responses. Excellent! You've grasped the medium concepts. Now, let's challenge ourselves further with hard-level insights into arthropods. The evolutionary success of arthropods is simply astounding. Their unique combination of a versatile exoskeleton, highly specialized jointed appendages, efficient respiratory systems, and advanced sensory organs has allowed them to conquer nearly every habitat on Earth. This adaptability has resulted in an incredible array of species, each uniquely suited to its environment, showcasing a diverse range of forms, functions, and complex life cycles that have evolved over millions of years. Arthropods are so diverse that scientists divide them into major subphyla. Chelicerates, like spiders, lack antennae and have pincer-like mouthparts called chelicerae. Myriapods, such as centipedes, have many body segments, each with legs. Crustaceans, including crabs, are mostly aquatic, with 2 pairs of antennae and often a calcified shell. And hexapods, mainly insects, are characterized by a distinct head, thorax, and abdomen, with 3 pairs of legs and often wings. Each group has evolved specific traits for survival. Their adaptations to different environments are truly remarkable. Terrestrial arthropods, like insects, have developed trachea for breathing air and waxy exoskeletons to prevent drying out. Aquatic crustaceans use gills for underwater respiration. Insects even mastered flight, becoming the only invertebrates capable of true aerial locomotion, giving them a huge advantage in escaping predators and finding food. Many also undergo metamorphosis, a complete transformation from larva to adult, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, or a gradual change like a grasshopper nymph growing into an adult. Ready for some harder questions? Discuss 2 key adaptations behind arthropod success. List the 4 major subphyla and a feature for each. How do terrestrial arthropods prevent water loss and what do they use to breathe? Compare complete and incomplete metamorphosis with examples. Describe a crustacean's body plan. What are chelicerae and where are they found? Finally, explain how jointed appendages contribute to arthropod diversity. Think critically. You've made it to the hardest level. Prepare to explore the most intricate details, competitive insights, and even engineering inspirations from the world of arthropods. Arthropods are a biological phenomenon representing the pinnacle of invertebrate evolution. Their sheer numbers and species richness across all biomes highlight their profound ecological impact. This dominance stems from a sophisticated suite of features, a highly efficient musculoskeletal system, incredibly advanced sensory perception, and diverse reproductive strategies. These traits have allowed them to undergo unparalleled adaptive radiation, enabling them to thrive in virtually every corner of our planet. Let's delve deeper into the exoskeleton. It's not just a simple shell, it's a multi-layered marvel of engineering, primarily chitin and protein, providing both support and protection. The outer epicuticle is often waxy, acting as a superb waterproofing layer. The process of molting, or ecdysis, is complex and hormonally controlled. The old cuticle is digested internally, a new soft one forms underneath, and then the old one is shed. This leaves the arthropod temporarily vulnerable as the new exoskeleton hardens, a crucial yet risky phase in their life cycle. Arthropods boast highly sophisticated sensory and nervous systems. Their compound eyes, composed of many individual units called ommatidia, offer a wide field of view and exceptional motion detection. Simple eyes, or ocelli, detect light intensity. Antennae are vital for sensing chemicals, like smells and tastes, and for touch. Their ladder-like nervous system, featuring a dorsal brain and ventral nerve cord with segmental ganglia, enables complex behaviors, including intricate social structures seen in ants and bees, demonstrating a level of neurological organization far beyond many other invertebrates. The ecological and economic significance of arthropods is immense. Ecologically, they are crucial as pollinators, decomposers, and a fundamental food source. Economically, they provide valuable products like silk and honey. However, they also pose significant challenges. Many are agricultural pests, devastating crops, while others are vectors for dangerous diseases like malaria and Lyme disease, impacting both public health and global economies. Their unique designs even inspire biomimicry, guiding engineers to create strong, lightweight materials and advanced optics based on their exoskeletons and compound eyes. Now for the ultimate challenge. Part 1, Questions 1 to 5. Elaborate on the exoskeleton's composition, function, and ecdysis. Describe compound eyes and antennae and their importance. Discuss arthropods' ecological roles, both beneficial and detrimental. How have segmentation and jointed appendages contributed to their diversity? Explain biomimicry using two arthropod examples. Take your time, these questions require detailed answers. And now, Part 2, Questions 6 to 10. Compare respiratory systems across aquatic, terrestrial, and aerial arthropods. Detail their nervous system and its impact on behavior. Discuss the challenges arthropods face during molting. Provide a comprehensive overview of their economic importance, both positive and negative. Finally, analyze the evolutionary innovations that set Arthropoda apart from other invertebrate phyla, explaining their widespread success. These questions will truly test your understanding. That brings us to the end of our deep dive into non-chordates, Arthropoda. We've explored everything from basic features to complex adaptations, ecological roles, and even engineering inspirations. I hope you found this journey as fascinating as I did. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and to continue your learning adventure. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.